form. Karma will go through different stages before it becomes karma. It starts from discrimination, and then it will create all sorts of negative emotions. They stem from the ego, from which they go on to be stored. As it accumulates, automatic responses form because of the stored energy's propensity to act in that way. They are directly stored in the subconscious mind, forming the autonomous reflex reaction, hence the formation of karma. This is the reason why you see that everyone has tendencies, emotional impulses, habits, and addictions. We are recreating the same old patterns with our present thoughts and actions. On the other hand, good karma also develops in this manner as well. So, what about the sins? The difference is they only observe, they do not discriminate, and will not create emotions. They see everything as is. They go inward and watch their thoughts, harmonize their thoughts into unity. Think about this for a moment. How do we get triggered? Why is it that certain words that one said will trigger another but not someone else? Why only certain circumstances cause emotional impulses in us and not others? There is no other reason except that it was a karmic response which was uncontrollably activated without any conscious intervention. The fact that certain words only trigger one individual and not another gives us a clear clue that there is a mysterious link that happens subjectively. For instance, if someone was telling a story and mentioned an example of a selfish person, and for no reason you got triggered and got upset with that person. Isn't it strange that you even got triggered for the mention of the word selfish? Be it if that was directed and indicative of you or not. Why would it trigger a negative response in you if this does not have any link to you? Not unless within you, the seed of selfishness is present. It might turn out that deep down in you, you are a selfish person, accumulated karma over lifetimes, and therefore it triggered a response in you. This applies even if you may think that you are not a selfish person, but the fact that it did cause an emotional upheaval in you indicates the hint of truth behind the response. So here we are, whenever we get triggered by what others said, this is a good time to scrutinize yourself and reflect why it did that to you. Once we understand this, the remedy is to stay neutral in all circumstances. This is the first step to prevent getting into the mayhem of generated emotions. Why is it so easy for us to judge others when we know that it is wrong to do so? Well, the answer could be no further from the truth. The reason why we are drawn back to this earth school repeatedly is due to our negative strongholds where we unconsciously act out again and again. When we view all matters objectively and allow people or situations to be as it is, we accept everything as is and we cut off all entanglements which are attachments to any judgmental biases, thus preventing any negative thoughts or emotions from arising, and ultimately stop creating new karma for ourselves. Learn to observe instead of reacting. The more you improve your observation skill, the better you are at staying in the awareness. Start to appreciate nature and its existence by watching the sky, animals, oceans, and landscape. When we can take a break from the subconscious control of repetitive action, we begin to take control of what we place our attention on by our will. We thus enter the theta brainwave state, which is the state of mind where we can become conscious of our awareness. This happens when we are in control of our mind. We know the meaning of letting go, which means non-attachment. But we are perhaps stuck in the need to let go of the non-attachment. So the most important last step to real letting go is to even let go of the non-attachment. Be in control of your own awareness instead of being a puppet of the self-imposed prison that we put ourselves in. When we are able to stay in our own awareness all the time, we release ourselves from the clutches of karma and will eventually pass this earth test. Are you ready?